Has your physical fitness taken a turn for the worst? You have limited mobility now? Maybe you need something low impact? Maybe it's so bad that you're bedridden and you lost all hope of ever doing anything related to physical fitness. Or maybe you're on the opposite end of that spectrum. Maybe you're a professional athlete. You're just looking for the next challenge. What if I told you there's a one stop fitness solution that can meet every single one of those unique and different needs and everything in between? You can do it without a gym membership and the comfort and privacy of your own home. Join me as we review DDP Yoga on this episode of Chanisthenics, where we use real whole food nutrition and at home exercises, all in an effort to help you unlock the retro you now. And don't forget, stay tuned all the way to the end so you don't miss out on the Chanisthenics Tip of the day. Let's jump right into this one. All right, so what is DDP Yoga? Well, all of you who were made in the 80s, just like me, and grew up watching professional wrestling, will certainly be familiar with the name Diamond Dallas Page, or DDP for short. He's a retired professional wrestler whose career was skyrocketing in the late 90s, and he ended up getting a back injury in the ring. Ended up getting a broken back. The doctors told him, "You'll never wrestle again. Your career's over." Several specialists, multiple expert opinions. "This will never happen. You're done." Well, he didn't like that. So he ended up, his wife at the time told him about yoga. And he's like, "No, I'm not going to do that." He was totally against it. Guys don't do yoga, right? So ends up, he used yoga, rehabilitation techniques, and several other things, um, physical therapy, and combined all this stuff into a routine that helped him. And he ended up not only getting back in the ring, but his career really skyrocketed. And since then, he's been using this program he developed to help others do the same thing, no matter their level of physical health, whether it's a broken back, whether you're bedridden, whether you're already a professional athlete. And it's so versatile. And he's been using this to help people. And it's called DDP Yoga. And what's hilarious is he gets mad if you call it yoga because it's not simply yoga. It's actually a combination of the things we've already mentioned, such as yoga positions. And he does this to increase flexibility, balance, and range of motion, which is critical for all of us who were made in the 80s. He also includes some old school calisthenics or bodyweight exercises. And he does this to strengthen small and large muscle groups, again, which is something we all need. So this is pretty awesome. The third part, as you can see here, is dynamic resistance, which is to increase heart rate, burn calories, and strengthen muscles. I don't have a weight in my hand. I'm not running or jumping. Super low impact, and this gets your heart rate through the roof. The fourth and final thing he includes is sports rehab therapy. It's to stretch and strengthen ligaments and tendons. So here you can see me doing that's broken airplane into a crunch into what's called broken table. And this is a really incredible stretch. So combining all four of these things is just the ultimate in workouts. So as you can see, this is a very versatile program. By combining all those different types of exercises together in one program is fantastic. It also makes it extremely versatile, which is so important for all of us who are wanting to get our physical fitness back. It's just so critical. So, special note on the yoga part. So, DDP has actually stripped this of all spiritual content, which as a Christian, I think is fantastic because I think there can be a lot of negative spirituality associated with yoga. And DDP has made a program that's not only physically beneficial, but also religion and worldview neutral. So anybody can do this and practice this without any qualms whatsoever. And I think that's genius. And something else that's really cool is a lot of the yoga poses, he's renamed them after wrestlers that we grew up watching in the 80s that were his friends in the business. So that's really cool too, a really interesting twist that you'll see as you go through this. And it's really awesome. So, like for instance, he named 3 moves after the Road Warriors, the tag team, Hawk and Animal. So he's got Road Warrior number 1, which you can see me doing here. And then here's Road Warrior number 3 right here. And then, of course, you can go into Road Warrior number 2, which is this pose right here. And then from here, you can go into a move he named after Shawn Michaels, who he says was one of the first wrestlers he took through this program, one of the first people he took through this. And he calls these HBK showstopper cable pulls because he's the Heartbreak Kid. So there's all kinds of cool stuff like that that I think you'll love as you go through the program. And I just nerd out on this stuff. I just think it's so cool. But even if you've never heard of this, never watched wrestling, don't care about any of that, doesn't matter because you're going to get all the physical benefits from this, and it's still a win. So this is just really cool the way he set this up. I think it's genius. Now, years ago, my wife saw online Arthur Boorman's DDP Yoga transformation, and if you haven't seen that, it's mind-boggling to say the least. I put a link in the description below so you can go right to it and watch it. And there's been hundreds, if not thousands, of other people with transformations and stories just like Arthur's. I mean, it's really dramatic. It's really amazing the transformation he had. So, of course, after seeing that, she bought the DVDs and we did DDP Yoga and loved it. Now that time's gone on, I've actually got the DDP Yoga Now app. And when you decide to go forward on DDP Yoga, that's the first decision you're going to have to make. DVDs or the app? So, you're asking, well, which is better, the DVDs or the app? Well, what I'm going to do is answer it this way. It depends. So I know that doesn't help you right now, but what I'm going to do is I've made a list of pros and cons for the DVDs and for the app, and we'll run through those, and then hopefully that'll help you make the best decision on which one is right for you. So we'll start with the DVDs. So the biggest pro with the DVDs is, of course, it's a one-time expense. So you purchase the DVDs, and there's no monthly reoccurring payment or no annual reoccurring payment to keep the content. So you'll have just a one-time purchase and you're done. Another pro is, say you travel overseas for your job and you're out of town and you need to do the workout. The DVDs are what they call region free. Now, most of us, this may not be a big deal at all, but if you're ever in a spot where you're overseas and you want to get your workout in and you've got the DVDs and you take them with you and you're going to do the workout and you pop them in the player, they may not work because it's region coded to that region of the world. A lot of DVDs are like that. These are region free, so that's cool. So you can use them anywhere in the world you travel and try to get a workout in. Another pro about the DVD option is you can, in one sense, purchase them over time, kind of like installments. And what I mean by this is they don't offer an installment plan, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But if you say, hey, I want to try the beginner program, okay, well, you can buy the set of beginner DVDs, do them, and as you go through them, you're like, hey, this is working. Well, then you can buy the next set, and so on as you progress through everything. And in that sense, it's like paying in installments. So if you're somebody who's on a budget, I think the DVDs are a great option in that sense. I also think the app is a great budget option, but we'll get to that when I get to the app pros and cons here in just a minute. But you could also buy them all in a bundle. So, I mean, they're always running sales at ddpyoga.com. You can always get sales on the whole pack or just a specific set of DVDs or all of them. You know, they're always running specials on that and the app. So anyway, but it gives you more options financially when you go with the DVDs. Okay, as far as the cons go with the DVDs, I think one of the biggest cons is for people who want a variety in their workouts. Now me, as long as I'm getting benefit, I can do the same workouts over and over and over. As long as I've got enough of them, I can mix it up enough to where I'm okay. Now, some people, that may not be a good thing. You may need to do different workouts all the time. So this could be a big con, as you're limited to whatever workouts are on the DVD with no updates. So that may be a con if that sounds like you. The next con is there's no heart rate monitoring in real time on the screen. So DDP Yoga can track your heart rate through a heart rate monitor that can actually pair with the DDP Yoga Now app, but that feature and benefit is lost when you use the DVD option. Okay, now for the DDP Yoga Now app. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite option. So I think this thing is fantastic. As far as the pros, the first one is the tracking ability. So you can track your progress in a lot of different ways. So it has a section where you can take before pictures, and then every so often you can update them as you make progress. You can track points of pain on your body. Where were you having pain initially? And as you go through, you can change that level of pain in that area to where hey, it's went away. I don't even have that pain anymore, which a lot of people are doing if you watch these transformation stories. Or hey, it was it was an 8, now it's down to say a 4 or 5. It's a lot more manageable now that I've been doing this for a while. Anyway, you can track these things and record them all through there. Blood pressure. You can you can record your initial blood pressure as you start, or your A1C, and all that stuff. And then as you go through, you can record it into the app, and it saves all that in there, and you've got that tracked and monitored. And I think that's really cool. So that's a big pro for the app. The next big pro that I love for the app is heart rate in real-time monitoring. Now, I mentioned this was a con for the DVDs, and here's why. So as you can see right here, I'm showing you my heart rate live on screen while I'm doing this work, while I started this workout. You can see the numbers are white and my heart rate's really low. In the DDP Yoga Now app, the heart rate will be white if you're not working hard at all. It'll be green if you're in your fat burning or optimal zone. It'll be red if you're working too hard and you need to back it down or slow it down. So with the app, you can buy a heart monitor and it'll connect via Bluetooth to your device, such as your cell phone in my case. And it'll keep your heart rate on the screen in real time the whole time. And I can tell whether I need to back it down or not. I don't need a separate device to see my heart rate in real time or anything. All I can do is look up the screen while I'm watching the workout, seeing what move I need to do. I can just monitor and see all that information on the screen all at one time. So that's one of my favorite features of the app, and I love it. Very handy, especially critical for people who are just starting, because you don't want to push your heart rate into the red zone for very long. Now, over time, if you get conditioned to it, you can stay in the red zone a lot longer and you'll be fine. But in the beginning, it's important to, when you hit that red zone, to back it down a little bit, because this stuff can send your heart rate through the roof. So it's important to have that information that readily available, at least in my estimation. Another major pro for the app is you have access to over 500 workouts. I mean, that's crazy, over 500 workouts. So you have everything that's included in the DVDs, but him and his team also do live workouts, and they do them pretty often, and then they archive them into the app. So you have all these new workouts, all these new moves, all these new things you can try. So if you're somebody who needs a diversity of workouts, this is the option for you, because you'll have a ton of them. And something else that's interesting too is you'll also have access to not only all the workouts, but all the different types of workouts. So you'll have access to the bed flex. So if you're bedridden, you have access to those workouts. If you need to work out in a chair, can't really stand, you can't do the moves standing up, but you could try to do some of the moves in a chair to where you could stand up and do them. You've got all those workouts, all the way up to the newly launched DDP PT, or physical therapy. So there's people who have moderate or severe back pain. There's things in there for that too. And again, you always want to check with your doctor on these things, but all these things are available to you in the app. So that's another major pro in my estimate. Another pro that may not be something that would push you over the edge as far as purchasing the app, but it's just something that's kind of a cool bonus if you have the app. That's the reward point system. So anytime you do a workout, I believe it's longer than 20 minutes, at the end, you'll be shown a screen where you can spin a wheel, and kind of like Wheel of Fortune, and where it'll stop on a certain number of points. And if you've got your heart monitor connected, it'll detect that and it'll double your points. And that'll go to your point total. And then after you get, say, 100,000 points, you can start purchasing rewards and use them as currency. Now, there's only 3 rewards currently when I looked as of the publication of this video. One of them is this shirt I've got recently. It's the Unstoppable, which is the name of DDP's book, 100,000 Point Club. So you can only get this shirt once you get 100,000 points through the app. And I think the next reward is at 1,000,000 points, and it's a phone call with DDP. And then 1.5 million, you get a FaceTime call with DDP, which is kind of cool. But those are the 3 rewards. And again, these are just bonus things that I think are really cool. I don't know that would be something that would push me over the tipping point to buy it, but it's something if I had it would be really cool. So that's a pro. Another major pro is that it's available on my phone. So that's fantastic because we always have our device on us, right? Always. Everywhere we go, we've always got our phone. So it's really cool that you can have all that on the go. So if I'm out of town, if I'm visiting a friend or whatever, and I need to still work out, need to get the workout in, I can do it because I've got my phone on me. As long as you've got a cell service and Wi-Fi, you can get right on the app, get into your workouts. Don't forget, stay tuned till the very end of this video for the Chanisthenics tip of the day. All right, so how about the cons or the potential cons for the app? Well, the app is a monthly or an annual expense. Now, you can always find this app on sale, almost always, on the website. You can always find coupon codes, so that helps a lot. But um, I don't know that it's that big of a con for me because by the time you think about all the things that the app includes, by the time you pay for somebody to help you with nutrition, because there's nutritional videos and everything like that, and I'm going to get into that later on in this video, but there's all kinds of things you have access to at this monthly or annual price. It's hugely discounted if you pay a one-time annual fee and just renew it every year. You get a major discount. But having said, by the time you pay for a gym membership, or if you need a personal trainer, or if you need people to pay for nutrition advice, any one of those would annually cost you more than what the app costs by far. But it's like having all 3 of those in one. So it's really awesome. So that may or may not be a con. I'm putting it as a con because again, a lot of us, if we're on a budget, we'd rather just pay a one-time fee and get DVDs, right? But for me, I think when everything's considered, I don't think it's a con. I think just paying that annual fee is worth it. So I do want to give you a heads up on that. Another con that may be a problem is um, it is on a device. So now I said that was a pro for me, and it is a pro because you've got access to something that's always with you. But at the same time, it's on a small screen. So that's the con. It's on a small screen. Now there's a ton of ways to put it on a big screen. Now I have an HDMI to lightning adapter that I can hook my iPhone to the TV and I can watch it on there. And that's helpful. But I need another piece of equipment to do that. See what I mean? Or you can share, if you have a smart TV, you can do screen sharing and put the app onto the TV. Now, I don't have a smart TV, so that's not an option for me. Therefore, I use the HDMI cable. But again, you either need a smart TV or some kind of adapter cable or something like that. You can't just do it right out of the box. So that may be a con for a lot of. So there you have it. DVDs or the app. There's the pros, there's the cons. Let me know which one you think you're going to go with. Let me know if anything I said helped you and helped push you in one decision or the other. Because like I say, sometimes DVDs may be the best option for some people and the app may be better for others. For me personally, the app's better. And again, let me know in the comments below which one you think's best. Hey, one more thing. If you guys are getting value out of this so far, do us a huge favor here at Chanisthenics. And when you sign up for DDP Yoga, we're not affiliated with DDP Yoga in any way, at least not yet, not at the time of the publication of this video. But I love what they're doing, so I want to support them 100%, whether we're affiliated with them or not, because the program is just that good. But do me a favor, when you sign up for it, if you go forward on it, it'll ask you a question, where did you hear about us at? And it'll have the standard fare of answers like website, social media, or other. Do us a huge favor, mark other, and then put Chanisthenics YouTube review. And that would help us a lot here, more than you know. And we really appreciate that and appreciate all you guys do for your support and helping us here at Chanisthenics. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking around for the Chanisthenics tip of the day. Today's tip is going to be related to the versatility of the DDP yoga program. So you've seen that you can do different moves and different skill levels. And you probably saw me doing some things on the camera, such as the black crow or frog stand, as it's called in calisthenics. You're like, man, I can't do that. Well, it don't matter. That's the beauty of this program. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to have a different starting point. And as DDP always says, there's always somewhere to go. And DDP repeats this in just about every video, every workout. He says, make the DDPY your own. So the tip of the day today is when you're doing the DDP yoga and as you go through it, if there's certain moves you can't do, like a push-up, if the workout calls for a push-up, well, you can do a modified push-up like this here. Just simply do a push-up from your knees. Or if you can't even do that, just stay in plank. Just stay in this position. Don't even go down. He'll even say that. You don't have to go down. And just modify it however you have to. But the tip is this. Do more challenging workouts. As some of these workouts get easier, do the more challenging workouts that have moves that you can't yet do, but do the modifications of those moves. And then eventually you'll be able to do them. It's no different than the principles in calisthenics or the body weight training that I'm going to be doing. You can, if you can't do a pull-up, can't do a full pull-up, there's other exercises you can do that'll help strengthen those muscles involved in that movement that'll help you eventually get to where you can do one and then two and then so on. And it's no different with the DDP yoga, but that's the tip. So once you get to a certain point, start doing more challenging workouts, but just do them modified. And you'll progress a whole lot faster and you'll shock yourself. And this has been the Chanisthenics Tip of the Day. As always, everybody, thanks for tuning in to this review of DDP Yoga, and thanks for sticking around for the Chanisthenics Tip of the Day. If you found value in what we're doing here in this video today, the biggest way you can support us is clicking that subscribe button and ringing that notification bell. We appreciate that more than you know. Also, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And remember, nutrition is the foundation to turning our health around. So check out this other video I've got where I make a keto pizza from home. Now, even if you're not on keto, you're going to love this homemade pizza. So check it out even if you're not on keto. It's going to be super low carb and you'll love it. So we'll see you in the next one.